guys, and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this. This is the Tata Indica, and this car comes courtesy of Durga Car Decor to me. So make sure to follow them on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment. Straight away we're going to be opening the engine bay of this vehicle, and there it is. Okay, kind of looks rough and tough, and there's insulation, but this is super duper heavy, yeah, like really heavy. The design is actually Italian, you won't believe it. Obviously it's aged a lot because now we are in 2021. This was designed in 1998 when it was launched. The wheels seem very under-tired and the body is like very muscular as such. Says V2 version 2. There you see the tire size happens to be chintum into 165/65/13s on this car, and you see the overall balance and design is not good because of the puny wheels on this vehicle. But yes, that time the design was something completely different. When we used to get Zens and 800s, you get these vertical lights. Of course, Indica DLS for the diesel. It also comes with a petrol engine. The petrol engine wasn't popular. People bought it for the diesel and the efficiency. Proper exhaust, no fake stuff happening here. Let's open the boot. Okay, this is very light. Boot space is decent, but more than the boot, it is about the interior room, which was absolutely phenomenal in the Indica. In fact, you can see there's good amount of room on offer. No adjustable headrests at the rear, but at the front you get them. Good amount of space for a small car, decent amount of headroom as well, but lot of panel gaps, ill-fit finishing, which Tata Motors had to really learn and fix over time, which is not the case with the latest generation of cars. So at that time they were learning a lot, and that's the reason why things were not perfecto. You see the steering wheel position is also not ergonomically fit. Lot of dummy buttons here, no power windows on this particular car. Dashboard seems really nice and big. There's so much storage space here. Glove box is actually decent size with twin cup holders. They put cup holders in the glove box. Who does that? And you can internally adjust the mirrors. The wiper position was never proper. It never went down as such. And no dimming mirror. Forget auto dimming. And you don't get a mirror, but you get this weird thing. Can you guess what it is? I have no clue. There's a mirror here. That's actually nice for a small car. Steering wheel position is awkward, but I think it has the Tata logo design on the steering wheel, of course, and air conditioning controls here, but audio system is below. They should have switched it probably. There's a cubby hole right there. There's a cubby hole here as well. There's a 12-volt charging socket. No USB that time. Oh, there's a USB, but that time nobody cared about USB. This is a switch for God knows what, and why is it positioned like this? There's a storage space here that's kind of secretish. It's actually massive as such. And let's do one thing. Let's turn on the car, and there it absolutely rose to life. It takes some sweet time to start, and it still did not start as such. Anyways, the instrument cluster, you cannot see it, but now you can. 80,000 kilometers done car. Feels decently well maintained as well. And instrument cluster is kind of dark. There it is. Very plain and basic. There's a multi-information display in the center, and there it rose to life. Let's rev it. Oh my god, look at the way it revs. Is absolutely obnoxious. Seats are decently comfortable. Overall, I would say spacious for a small car. Let's start driving right away. Alright, we're all set to go. Turning on the car. Let's give it a heat up. Oh my goodness, it absolutely crazy rose to life. We're going to turn on the light so that we can see the instrument cluster. Lot of rattle, lot of sound, and yeah, engine is not refined at all. This engine actually has its roots in a truck, and onto the throttle it doesn't move fast as such. You know why? Because there is no grunt as such. Now I don't know what is the power of this engine, but I believe must be around 75 horsepower. Torque output must be around 150. I'm just guessing because there were so many variants of this car, now the Indica, that you will lose sight, but there it pulls, it revs very nicely for a diesel. So they had a Dicor common rail version as well, and CR4 and whatnot. Multiple variants of the Indica, which was launched in 1998. So I'll tell you, it was actually launched in 1999 maybe. I don't know, I don't care. I'll tell you what, Ratan Tata unveiled the car in 1998 at the Auto Expo. It was a blockbuster. People went absolutely mad looking at the car, and they could not believe that Tata could make such a car, because this was the first car which Tata made, and this is India's first indigenous car. The first car to be made in India, designed in India, engineered in India. So it was quite a feat for Tata Motors. It made such an impact because it was the first car which offers a lot of space on the inside in a small footprint, yet offered a diesel engine. That time no one offered diesel engine at all, and Tata Motors actually launched Indica with a diesel engine, which was absolute blockbuster. And then between the unveil and the launch, I think must be around 6, 8, 9 months, they got 1.1 lakh bookings, which was such a blockbuster that Maruti went ahead and reduced the price of the 800 by 30,000 rupees. It was launched at 2.6 lakh rupees, but then there were a lot of issues in the Indica. which came to light after people bought the car, but then people ignored it because of the sheer value for money quotient, and also because of the fact that the diesel engine was super frugal. That time the diesel fuel cost was 35 rupees, and the mileage at 20 kilometers per liter made the Indica extremely cheap on the pocket. Now the suspension is really very soft, the steering is super duper vague as well, brakes are not sure-footed, and then there is nosedive because of the soft suspension. Steering feels heavy, although there is power steering, but it feels heavy in the center position, straight ahead position as such. What we are going to do, since nobody's behind us, we are going to turn on the hazard right. We are into first gear and revving the motor. No wheel spin, it bogs down, but it revs all the way till almost 5000 RPM in neutral, and then it kind of bogs down pretty much. Okay, here we're going to get, okay, I actually shut the car. How did I shut? Yeah, we are on right now. No, it didn't. Is it out of diesel? I hope not. No, you will burn the starter. It's okay. I think it's, I'll just call somebody. It's out of diesel. Maybe. Are you really? It's out of diesel? I think so. But it shouldn't happen. I actually felt some diesel in it last night. It's not. You'll dose the starter. It's okay. It's gone. I'm just. पापा दी इंडिका बंदर पड़ गई. हाँ कॉर्नर में ना उधर. हाँ लेट्स टेक इट टू द कॉर्नर. इधर कॉर्नर में लगा दो ना. सो खराब हो गया. थैंक यू. And revving the motor, and there is the Nano. Nooren is actually driving it. She loves the Nano, but she's making some amount of sound from the car. How is that? She's revving it? No, she's not. Or maybe this is the Indica diesel sound. So any which ways, here we are. We got a small technical issue. That's the reason we had to like restart this vlog. Any which ways, the engine is actually quite tractable, has good amount of low end punch. Drivability is nice, but you know the motor gets very vocal. When you start to push the car, obviously it gets vocal because this diesel engine has some amount of sound. And here we go, come on. Now, they launched the car in 1998, delivery started I think in 1999, and there were a lot of issues in the Indica because Tata Motors was making a car for the first time, so it was a learning curve for them, and because of all these issues, people were not happy. So Tata Motors went and tried to eradicate all the issues. It took them 3 years, I guess, to understand all the issues, and they launched the Indica V2 in 2001, and 10 years later, they launched the Indica V2 in 2011. So this car was on sale for 20 years, 1998 to 2018, and then they phased it out because sales went down completely. That said, you know, this is a very important car. This is what Tata Motors, this is what has set up Tata Motors as a car maker. You know, the Indica's initial success was great, but once customers start getting the cars, they were not happy with it, and because of this sole reason, Tata Motors was kind of unhappy and not sure what to do next, so they went to Ford. I don't know if they went before or after, but they definitely went to Ford to sell the car business, and Ford actually made fun of them, saying that why did you make a car if you don't know how to make a car? And Tata Motors were really upset about it, and after a few years, they say, nah, what goes around comes back around. Tata Motors bought Ford's Jaguar Land Rover to bail them out. That is an obnoxiously awesome story. Now, the Indica spawned the Indigo, which was a sedan, which was above 4 meters in length. So, Tata came with the sub 4 meter version of the Indica, known as the Indigo, known as the Indigo CS compact sedan, the first compact sedan in the market. And then there was a Verito also, which was under 4 meters, Verito Vibe, whatever. I'm not a Verito man, so I don't know what that was. And then they also came up with the Indigo Marina, which was the station wagon / estate version of this car. And there comes the Nano. What's up, dude? She didn't even look. That's what happens once you get married. People start ignoring you. Soggy brakes. So that's not all. Just see the roll. Oh my goodness, I actually fell into the co-passenger seat. That is the level of roll on offer. So then Tata Motors launched so many variants. They even launched a Indigo XL. Yeah, XL version of the Indigo sedan. Crazy. Just one thing which did not launch was it bogs down. I need to downshift. Yeah. So they did not launch a sub 4 meter compact SUV version of the Indigo or the Indica. Well, that's how life is. You keep evolving and launching so many variants because this gave birth to the Vista, which gave birth to the Bolt, which gave birth to the Tiago. So you can say the grandchild of this car happens to be the Tata Tiago, which is on sale right now but doesn't get a diesel engine anymore. You know what, this car is so important that I've already done a vlog of the diesel Indica. We are in 5th and it bogs down completely. You have to really work the gearbox and it's not slick shifting, so that's a bit of a disappointment. like I was telling you that this car has already been reviewed, or I made a vlog earlier. However, it's so important that I'm making another one because this is the most important car in the Indian market, the one which actually made a lot of change, brought diesel to the mass market. Although the 800 is also one of those cars which was extremely important, so is this Indica. And then how can we forget the game changer, which happened to be the Sandro, of course. Now taking a U-turn, no problem at all. Now the reason I was saying Sandro and Indica and 800, all of them are first, absolutely first cars from the respective brands, and this guy is walking as if he's in a park, never mind. Yeah, the first car set the precedent for the other cars from the brands. The ride of this car is actually on the softer side, which is good for low speeds, but at higher speeds now, because the soft suspension, it does move around quite a bit and vertical movement is also there. I'm going to tell you a bit of a sad story, so if you are if you love the Indica, just sign off immediately, give it a like. So this car went to the UK as the City Rover, and then Top Gear wanted to review it, so they asked MG that time and they said no, we will not give you the car because we know you're going to roast it. And they also did not have any confidence in the car. Oh my god, the body roll is obnoxious, front wheels making a lot of noise as well, tire noise is there in abundance because grip levels are not that great, and understeer is a characteristic trait of front wheel drive cars. So when it went to the UK as the MG Rover, you won't believe what happened. Top Gear actually took the car. James May went undercover to review it, and he said that is the worst car he's ever driven in his life. Yeah, that was very rude, huh, James? But then they obviously drive very different kind of cars. The Indica is not as bad because in the Indian market, it was an absolute revolution of sorts. It was a car which changed everything.
Very camera straight up.
So guys, this is my vlog of the Tata Indica. I think a fantastic car in its time, but with a lot of issues. Tata did a great job of ironing them out, but you know what, it took them time, they were learning. But if you drive this car and drive the latest Tata cars, there's a stark difference. Tata Motors has really evolved. The Tiago and specifically the Punch is something I really love, which has the DNA of the Indica of giving more car per car to the buyer. This is what started it. Well, trust me on this, Tata Motors has come a long way, and I'm happy to see that the Indian car maker is doing such great products now, because the Punch is lovely, the Harrier is nice, the Safari is fantastic. The only thing is that old DNA of roughness and toughness, that's going for a bit of a toss, specifically in the SUVs because they don't come with 4-wheel drive. The Safari came with 4-wheel drive, body on frame platform, same was with the Aria and the Hexa, but now we are getting front-wheel drive monocoques, which people actually like. Tata Motors has understood the game, which they started off with about more car per car, and features is what offers more car per car, and that's what they're doing with their latest model. So guys, if you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. Let me know, have you ever sat in an Indica? I'm sure you must have, because this car has been used in the taxi segment and a lot of units were also sold, and it's very popular as well. Only thing is that when the EV2 came with certain changes and all those things, it was too little too late. Bye bye. वॉक अराउंड के लिए यहाँ पे रख दूँ?